Hello, my name's David and this video is to help you as a teacher get ready for your first class. Firstly, you will need to use Google Chrome. Google is used because it has the best compatibility with the Visiagora platform. You can do this by downloading Google Chrome from the official website, google.com/Chrome. Download it and install it with the instructions given. Next, you should have already received the website link to Visiagora in your email. Check your email and click on the link to take you to the website. You may need to copy and paste this link into your address bar. If you've already received it, you can log in at visiagora.live-online-classes.com. Once on the website, you'll be able to log in by using your username and password that were sent to you in the same email. Type in the username and password and click Sign In to get to your teacher dashboard. On your teacher dashboard, you have access to the most useful information for your language classes at a glance. You can see quick links to your dashboard and your class admin page, your profile information, any upcoming classes, quick access to your past classes. Upon your first login, you will likely want to edit your profile, so let's go to edit that now. You can do this by clicking on your name on the left-hand side of the screen. On this page, take note of the links on the bar on the left. This is the page at which you can view or edit your profile, change your password or email, export your data, or delete your account. Let's focus on the Edit Profile page for the moment. Here on the main part of the page, you can edit your profile details, which will help your students identify their teacher on the platform. Write your first name and surname, include a professional-looking profile image, and try to complete the rest of the details as much as possible. Once you're happy with your profile, click on Save Changes to keep the edits you've made. This will take you back to your teacher dashboard. On the teacher dashboard, you can quickly glance at any upcoming classes by checking that section of the page. Here you can see the language of the class, the level, the date and time, a helpful countdown to the time of the class, the participants registered to the lesson, and a designation for what kind of class it is. Next, going down slightly on the page, you'll be able to see a link to a troubleshooter. This is a helpful link to use in case you encounter any issues with your devices or connecting to your classes. The troubleshooter will perform an equipment check by firstly checking your browser, then that your microphone and your camera are connected, and then finally your internet connection. The test culminates in a class quality test, and then checks that all of these things are working together. If you have any problems, you can receive some suggestions from the troubleshooter regarding how to solve the issue. Click Finish to go back to your teacher dashboard once again. Let's now check how to view your students that are allocated to you as a teacher. You can do this by simply scrolling down on your teacher dashboard to the section labelled My Students. Here you can see your student's avatar, name and username, their company, if applicable, and a button to message them. If you ever need to directly contact a student, the best way is to directly message them through the platform by clicking on Message here. But firstly, let's click on the student's name so that we can get a bit more information about who our upcoming student is. Here on this page, we can see the student's avatar a little more clearly, some more profile information if the student has completed it, a message button in case we wish to contact the student again, and finally a list of past classes that the student has taken. Let's say that we want to send our student a message now. By clicking on Message, you'll be taken to the page to compose your message. Much like an email, you can leave a subject, write a message, and even attach a file if needed. This is a good way to exchange materials between you and the student. Clicking Send will send the message to the student. You can also check your inbox, sent mail, archived mail and trash in your message box by using the quick links provided on the left-hand side of the page. If at any time you want to navigate to your inbox quickly, you can do this most easily by clicking on the envelope icon at the top of the screen. Let's now go back to the teacher dashboard and enter one of our upcoming classes. It's worth noting that you can enter any of your classes at any time, so you can organise your lesson ahead of time. When you've clicked on Enter Class, you'll be taken through a very quick technical onboarding that will verify that your settings for your webcam, microphone and sound are correct. Ensure you complete the onboarding and then check your settings carefully, especially for the first class. Do this by clicking Start Tests, and this will check your browser, microphone and camera. You may need to click Allow on your browser to use this equipment. Once this is done, click Next. On this page you can preview your webcam and your microphone. You can even select another webcam or microphone if you need to. If both your pieces of equipment are working successfully, ensure you check both boxes to confirm it's working and then click Enter Class. Finally, now you've joined the class, click Connect Video and you'll be able to begin communicating with any students who then join the classroom. Students will only be able to join the classroom after their teacher has arrived in the classroom, so don't be late. Once in the classroom, you'll immediately notice a few things. Firstly, when you enter the class and look to your left, you'll see your video stream. On your video stream, you'll have two green icons at the bottom that allow you to either enable or disable your webcam and your microphone during the class. Additionally, on the top right of your stream, you can see an audio indicator that shows that you are transmitting sound through your microphone. Next to that is a connection indicator that shows your call quality. Green is good, orange is slow, and red is very slow. Just above the video are two tabs that allow you to switch from the video stream to a chat mode. You'll receive a notification on the chat box if you have any messages waiting for you, and this ensures you don't miss anything in the chat during the class. Looking over to the right, you can see that you have the main section of the classroom, the virtual whiteboard. The virtual whiteboard is a fully interactive space where you'll be able to draw, write and annotate on the screen. These tools are easy to use and can be accessed in the bottom left-hand corner of the virtual whiteboard section by clicking on the blue pencil button. The tools that you'll use most often will likely include the pencil tool for freehand writing, the text tool for words or sentences, and the shapes tool for highlighting or emphasizing elements on the screen. Another notable tool is the download page button. This download page functionality allows you or your students to keep a PDF of the current page you're looking at, complete with all the annotations used during the lesson. During the class, you'll almost always want to use some level of support materials to assist you in teaching. You can open up to 6 different documents at any time by using the tabs just above the interactive whiteboard, which you can switch between. To add materials to the classroom, click on Lesson Materials button on the right-hand side of the classroom and then search for the content that you're looking for. Alternatively, you can upload further material during the lesson by clicking on the Upload button. Fill in the details like the type of document and the name, and then click Save. The document will then appear on the virtual whiteboard. You can upload a variety of different documents like PDFs, images, video, audio, YouTube links, Google Drive documents, websites, and more. You might want to change the perspective of the classroom for different phases of your class, and it's certainly possible to change what you and the students see. At the top of the screen are a few different options. There's the Audio Only class. This is a button that allows you to turn off the video in the class in case there are any internet connection issues. The next button, Full Screen View, forces a full screen for you as the teacher, but this does not affect your student's perspective. The Standard Class button is the typical classroom view for both students and teachers. We're currently in this mode. The next 2 buttons, conversation mode and whiteboard only change the classroom perspective more drastically. Conversation mode will remove the interactive whiteboard from the classroom and just focus on the video and chat modes. Conversely, the whiteboard only mode removes the video and chat and just focuses on the interactive board. When things come to an end in your lesson, you can simply click Leave Class at the top right-hand corner of the screen. This will take you out of the class and to the next page, where you can leave a brief summary of the lesson that you just had. Pay attention to the fact that your students will be able to see the summary that you provide on their dashboard. On this page, you might also want to leave some technical feedback regarding the overall performance of the classroom. Now that you're back on your teacher dashboard, you can review some of your past classes. You can do this by going to Past Classes here on your dashboard. Here you can see each of the classes that you've had with your students and even revisit the lesson that you had by clicking on Class Review. This page will look just like your classroom, except without the students, and it includes all of the whiteboard material and annotations. So, as you can see, finding your way to the classes, meeting your students and reviewing your lessons is really quite easy on Visiagora. We hope this video helped you to find your feet as you start teaching on the platform. But if you still have any questions, don't hesitate to get in contact with the Visiagora support hotline and we'll get you sorted. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Visiagora team, we wish you luck in your virtual classes.